You know what I find disheartening? All the dirt that just went on my laptop from this old piece of trash circuit breaker. What I really find disheartening is... Well, wait a minute. I need to comb my hair. You know what really gets on my nerves? Wait a second. Somebody told me I had to do that because I'm on video. Alright, I might as well just cut to the chase here, get it over with. This is Old Navy. Old Navy, okay. Yeah. Okay, done. I took a shower before it started. Okay. Alright. You know what really gets on my nerves? Is people never admit when they're wrong. Really gets on my nerves. I mean, think about it. How many court cases have you seen where the dude does that? I mean, just pick a football game. A guy goes out and throws a football. Receiver's running along, catches that football. Run along with that football, right? He goes and he dives right. Because there's this Mack truck coming at him. You know? But the Mack truck dives left. And that guy gets crushed. You know? He went the wrong way. If he'd have gone left instead of right, Mack truck would have missed him and he'd have touchdown. But no. You know, and the whole crowd knows it. The quarterback knows it. The defense, the offense, they all know he dove the wrong way. The commentator, oh, you know, the 10-yard line, oh, no. The guy gets up, but there's two things he can do. He can either say this or say that. He can either go, yeah, man, I screwed up. Cut my salary. You know, or he can say, well, that guy was on steroids, you know. I saw him on the film, I was faster than him. Or the quarterback, you know, threw me the ball wrong, and, you know, the handoff wasn't right, and so I would have got around him, or, you know, it wasn't inflated properly, or, you know, the wind blew. Who knows? He doesn't admit it. Or he does. But just think about that with the court cases for a minute. How many do you know in your lifetime? How many people do you know cases have been decided because the guy come in, oh, we're going to televise this whole thing, you know, we got 500 million lawyers in here, you know. What do you got to say for yourself? Well, I did it. Has that ever happened? You know, it has happened, but typically it's because there was negotiations done in the background where they tell the guy, look, we're going to put you in an electric chair and fry you, okay, unless you admit what you did. And so he's like, okay, I admit it, because they've already told him we're not going to give you the death penalty. You know, and that's only because if they can prove it and he gets caught red-handed or whatever, you know, you're going to maybe admit it. But I wasn't there. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. You know, is typically the answer. Why? Why can't we admit it when we're wrong? You know, life would be so much better. I want to make a motion picture. I want to make a motion picture using YouTube people. You know why? YouTube people are awesome, you know. I've learned so much from all you guys. You don't even know. It's because you just speak your heart, you know. You speak your heart. And I don't have to get all the commercials to trying to sell me drugs and things and pharmaceuticals and tell me how many illnesses I have and all that, and buy cars and insurance and all that other garbage. You know, which I guess it has to happen, you know, in order to pay for itself. But, I mean, the message that comes across most television has got so much propaganda buried in it that we don't know what's right. But you come here to YouTube, you know where people are coming from, right or wrong, you know. Straight up. So, a motion picture, man, put together with YouTube people would be awesome. If anybody wants to do it, and they've got some mechanics or whatever, you know. I mean, I'm not a producer, and I use this camera. Oh, wait, you can't see it. It's cheapy. Chinese, or whatever. I don't know, Mexico. Maybe it was made in America, but it's cheap. What I want to do with a motion picture, what I like to, in my mind, in a motion picture, okay, admitting you're wrong, is standing on a battlefield, and I've got a fully automatic AR-15 weapon in my hand. Okay, and it's got this brutal bayonet attached to the end of the barrel. Because like if you shoot someone and they fall down, that don't mean they're dead. Ask my brother. But a bayonet, you can pretty much, like take them out after you shoot them. But I'd like to stand there and I have an enemy in my sights. And I mean, I'm good with a rifle. But with an enemy in my sights, I pause. I have another story for you, but I can't tell you here. And then that enemy sees me. He's got an AK-47 or something, and he points it at me. We have differences of opinion. He has one way of thinking, and it's right. And I have a way of thinking, and I'm right. And so we look at each other and we recognize the fact that we're both right. But then we realize, we're not both right. And then we realize we're not right. And he's like, why aren't you pulling the trigger? And I'm like, you're not pulling the trigger. And then I just kind of lower my arms, and he's still pointing at me. I mean, that's a signal. It's either a signal of surrender, or it's a signal of, hey, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm sorry. I'm wrong.